and that's why the Hungarians were rushing for some turkey. But today, in breaking news, today, December 24th, 1979, tragedy strikes Afghanistan, where Russian paratroopers landed in Kabul, the capital. Let's go to Ali live on the scene for a report.
The Russians have just invaded Afghanistan. I'm here with Mohammed Sajidi, a resident of Kabul. Can you explain what happened today?
Hi. Oh, it was awful. The Russians invaded. They attacked my family and pillaged my wife. They took my 17-year-old wife, but they left my first wife, Pooja. She's not so nice. I make her wear burqa all the time.
Why did the Russians invade your city?
They wanted to liberate the Afghani communists to spread the communist revolution.
What do you plan to do next? Are you planning any resistance against the invasion?
We plan to start fighting back, even if a civil war is the outcome of our resistance. It will be a necessary evil.
Why do you think it could be worth all this bloodshed?
I think it would be worth it to preserve the freedoms and rights I have today, not just for me, but for all future generations of Afghans.
Wow, that is a truly inspiring story of a man willing to risk everything for his country and for his freedoms. And now we're going live to our reporter Colin, who is on the scene in Russia for an interview from a different point of view.
Thanks, Chris. I'm here on scene with Joseph Stalin's wife, Nadeska Aladea. What was your husband's motivation for invading Afghanistan?
He wanted to invade Afghanistan for the vast resources that the country has.
How long do you expect the resistance of Afghanistan to last?
We plan to crush any resistance from the Afghanis.
Thank you for your time. Now back to you, Chris.
This is a hairbrush, you stupid American.
Donate to the Afghani Religious Rebels Fund to beat back the Russians. Your donations will directly help us support the rebels in purchasing arms and supplies that will be used to defend your homeland from communism and protect your security. Without your donations, these rebel freedom fighters will have no chance to beat the Russian army, but with your help, they can defeat this superpower and restore our country to a new Islamic State.
This is what happens when our country falls into communism. We support our country.
We now have a clip from the President's press conference on the invasion.
There has been another very serious development which threatens the maintenance of the peace in Southwest Asia. Massive Soviet military forces have invaded the small, non-aligned, sovereign nation of Afghanistan, which had hitherto not been an occupied satellite of the Soviet Union. 50,000 heavily armed Soviet troops have crossed the border and are now dispersed throughout Afghanistan, attempting to conquer the fiercely independent Muslim people of that country. The Soviets claim, falsely, that they were invited into Afghanistan to help protect that country from some unnamed outside threat. But the president, who had been the leader of Afghanistan before the Soviet invasion, was assassinated, along with several members of his family, after the Soviets gained control of the capital city of Kabul. Only several days later was a new puppet leader even brought into Afghanistan by the Soviets. This invasion is an extremely serious threat to peace because of a threat of further Soviet expansion into neighboring countries in Southwest Asia, and also because such an aggressive military policy is unsettling to other peoples throughout the world. This is a callous violation of international law and the United Nations Charter. It is a deliberate effort of a powerful atheistic government to subjugate an independent Islamic people.
That was the President's speech on the topic, and thank you, Colin, for that fabulous report. Now I'm here with a member of the Mujahideen, a guerrilla fighting force fighting in the name of Allah. Please welcome Farid Azizi.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Hello, can you tell us a bit about what's happening right now?
As you know, we are fighting for our country against the Prime Minister, Hazifullah Amin. He attempted to lead a communist government, which goes against our beliefs. We have declared a jihad, or holy war, against the Prime Minister and those nasty Russian invaders.
Do you believe you'll be able to defeat your enemies?
Yes.
Okay, well thank you for all that information, and thank you for being with us today to talk.
Thank you for having me. Praise Allah. But they left my first wife, Pooja. She...
The other one. Oh my god.
This is what our country.
Can we go back